Feature Friday.
The freshest. Oh my god! When I say that I was totally freaking tripping over the snapshots of Min Yoongi in his okay.
So, in case you didn't know, one of the cool advantages of ballet is that she also has a very in-depth dancing background. It's just she no longer dances because she snapped her back a few years back. Now it's like 4 years now since the injury.
Yeah, and now I can walk.
Now she can walk fine and she can start to work out, which is great. But obviously her knowledge has remained, and I have a lot of questions usually when we watch these dance practices. And seeing one of the most popular, but also one of the most technically clean and technically sound dancers in BTS, I thought this was such a cool video to do.
We watched the live version of this.
Yep.
From the Busan free concert. It was
my favorite.
Insanity.
Let's give it a watch.
So I'm actually so excited to watch this. Let me bring you closer.
It will be an in-depth analysis, I presume. So here we go.
Oh, definitely. Also, what a sick video. This song is so great.
I never noticed that he was
Oh my god.
That's an outfit.
Okay, go back. I totally missed
they have
that.
a deal with Nike now.
I missed that entrance just because I was looking at everything else that was happening.
There's a lot
it's
going
so
on in this
much.
video, yeah.
I love that. Nice. Fly, baby.
Nice.
And the fact that they were singing live and you're
ridiculous.
flying around like this was crazy. Also, I would love who the choreographer, because it's such a brilliant concept. Oh, sir.
Wow, he's so good. What the fuck?
Efra, what do
Jesus.
you mean?
I don't know. It just looked amazing there. Also, interestingly enough, this is probably one of the best examples. You mentioned the end in some of the, I think, Red Velvet videos. What was the solo? Somebody did a solo.
Arena Sulgi or Sulgi solo?
Sulgi 28 Reasons or something like that, right?
Freaking love
and
that.
also, like you mentioned in the Blackpink latest video, where usually I never looked at backup dancers in this manner, where they are sort of like set builders. They and I think essentially this is probably one of the best examples of that, given the fact as well that because they're doing live singing so much, and the song is actually decently demanding, vocally speaking. What they're doing, they're like bursts. I feel what BTS is actually doing is bursts of energy, but what the dancers are doing is a constant flow of movement.
It creates a really congruent line of movement throughout the whole piece, so you feel like it's a very busy song, like visually speaking, but in essence the main characters, or like the main focus of the choreographies, are actually coming in and out to amplify certain things, because the focus is in the singing. So when you pay attention, like in the structure of the song, the main focus of the choreography is on the chorus, so everything else happens in energy efficiency.
Right.
So everything else happens in like let the backup dancers do the work, and you
So
can
then
see
you
it.
have the Jungkooks, the V's, the lads.
Yeah, you
do
can
their
see
thing.
it here, because they, even though it's like their sections of singing are choreographed, most of it is to create a notion of movement, but it's all happening from the backup dancers if you look at it closely.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
Yes,
Fuck.
and they're doing very minimal movement through the stage. Obviously, incredibly demanding.
anyways, yeah.
But this is the focus. This is the main section of the choreography.
And ironically enough, you notice that then the dancers disappear.
That's
but
right.
Even in the dance practice, I know in the live version they don't just all go, but also you have filler things, because the set building's already done. You have the fire, you have the explosions and stuff, and then they return. Fucking hell, look at Jin. His hair is flying. He's in the army right now. How mad?
He's already in. He already left.
I don't know.
He hasn't yet.
I just
But he
saw this
didn't-
article saying that they were going to put him in the primary lines of action or some shit like that. And I was like, whoa.
For training.
For training, yeah.
Yeah.
Mad.
But that everybody goes through that.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Although some artists, some actors and stuff,
They cook, right?
They choose not to go through that.
Well, D.O. cooked.
But he still had to go through the training, though. Everybody has to go through
I
the
wonder how
training.
brutal that training is.
I think it's pretty bad.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think it's pretty
Well, they're in
bad.
good shape, but I just don't know if they're the bulkier kind. I think they're the agile type of lads.
Yeah, no, I
I
think
don't
it's
know if
pretty
he can lift
brutal.
200 kilograms, you know?
I think it's pretty bad. But
And
hey,
some of the lads, I would presume there, that are just not idols, just normal people. Maybe that they're lifting weights. Maybe they actually are looking forward to being in the army and stuff.
Yeah,
they
military
bulk up and
careers.
shit, so... you know, they weigh like 100 kilograms, and then they're probably gonna tell you to hold them up 150 kilos.
Crazy,
dude.
I actually don't know what the training, but there was this show that would take like idols and actors through a training camp
Similar to it.
Similar, like very like I think it was like
nice.
Yeah, but I think Jackson did it. Jackson Wang?
Oh yeah, that's
like,
right. There's lots of videos of him, right?
Yeah.
It looked quite fun, but
I don't think it did.
I cannot be fucked to wake up at 5. Or however the fuck they wake up at 4, 6, whatever.
Bro, it's mandatory for men.
Too early.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, but this is the main section of the choreography, and then you can see how the set building dissipates to create that focus. And here he goes.
Thank you.
Left to right. Bro,
I like a lot
such,
Sugar style of dancing, bro.
it's such a dynamic choreo. Like even you can follow.
Dude, Jimmy is fucking serving, bro. What the fuck? He's like going on
The
out.
thing is, like, if you pay attention, you can focus on one member throughout that whole section, and it will be so exciting to like see the motion and the stepping in different directions. Like if you just look at Jimin, he moves so much throughout that whole section, and it's such a cool visual effect, you know.
It's funny as well because they're also stylized.
Oh yes,
but
they're
also
so stylized.
so united at the same time. So you have a look at someone like Jay. He really has his style. I love this guy.
Oh no, but
And he
that
looks unreal with hair, yeah.
So people send me videos and pictures of this. Sorry.
No, you're not allowed. You're watching BTS. Turn the phone off.
Hello. Te llamo más tarde. Yeah, so hang up on mom because BTS. Listen.
Brutal.
Hey, but it's true. Hey, can we have a moment for this? This is a crime. This is a crime, people.
I think
What
he's
is
actually
that?
one of the coolest people that have ever come out of Korea. Genuinely, like
He
he's
has
just
to be.
redonkulous.
Anyways,
bro.
I think the seven of them are like the coolest humans ever. Anyways,
Yeah, I think there's a good argument for them being, in the last 7 years, some of the coolest people that have ever walked on the earth.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
Anyways,
like,
but like as like
Personality-wise, they're also fucking
great.
something else. Yeah.
Great. 10 out of 10 entertainment all round.
Yeah.
But
God bless
he
him.
so what you're seeing here is like if you're paying attention to Suga, he's gonna move into the middle of the section of the choreography. But the focus is all in Jay. You don't even see the transition. The transitions are so smooth.
creates the illusion.
So yeah, it's like magic. You know, they dissipate and he's the center. Also, what a great concept to have the headscarves as part of the choreography. Oh, such a cool moment in the
It's like
live
another
show.
limb.
Amazing.
I like a lot how he raps.
You pay attention to that. Everything he did there was vocal forward.
Yes.
Nothing.
Minimal movement.
Very, very minimal. It was all about the personality, like the exertion of movement on stage, rather than it being part of like a segmentalized choreography.
I think also the rap is such a pinnacle aspect of this song because it is essentially a hip-hop song that you do want them to deliver a clean vocal polished take.
I agree.
And you only get one chance of that doing it live. So I think it's a very smart composition in terms of choreography from the choreographer.
I'm
himself.
telling you, it's such a
herself, I don't know
masterful.
who it is.
It's a very masterful, dynamic format.
Yeah.
Because even though it's not a new approach to choreographies for the pop groups on stage to have big sets of backing dancers to create the illusion of constant motion, create the illusion of constant busyness on a performance. It is very particular to BTS to have this incredibly detailed sections to each dance frames because I think you can segmentalize, because I've seen the live clip several times now. You can segmentalize is each section of the choreography and pay attention to it by bits, by sections, and that only comes to like the highest performance of to the highest standard of dancers, because they're so polished. Including them as a group is such a brilliant thing. Yeah, you see the scarves is such a brilliant addition. So clever!
It's the worldwide.
It's so cool. But you see, everything is about walking into space. This is ridiculous. Again, make it.
Yeah, dude, V fucking murders.
Ooh. And then now pay attention to anyone, and how they move in this section is so good. Ooh.
Here you see where like there's levels.
Oh, sir!
Yeah, there's levels to live performances, man. And how the fuck does he suit that hairstyle so well? It's so weird. It's like he was born like that.
How did he get so long?
True.
So fast.
Yeah. And also, I
love that guy.
also
He's
you have to
such a
say,
cool
it's like
dude.
that's again like you can tell when there's like levels. Like you look at Jimin, right, and it's like, dude, this guy is just unreal. Like
And
it's
that's
mental.
what's so cool about them, that they're so
his section's coming
stylistically
up anyway.
different. They're so stylistically different that you can just pay attention to one of them, and you'll get 7 different versions of the same choreography.
Stylistically wise, for the untrained eye like mine, it doesn't. I don't know if this is good or bad to say, but it's like I like a lot how Suga looks, right, when he dances, but I also like a lot how Jungkook looks, because I feel like when you look at someone like Jungkook dance, you always have the exact. I don't know. I always think about that performance they did in it's when they have the tables. Is that dance practice where they have the tables?
Yes. I don't know if that was for Dope.
I have no idea, but I
don't remember.
In that performance, I remember seeing him, and I'm like, damn, if I ever tried to dance to that standard, I would want to look like him.
Yes.
Because Jimin, he has like Jimin or like J-Hope, I think their pedigree is so high. I don't have. I think you're either born with that or you're not. I think Jungkook, he's so good at so many things. I just think he learns really fast, and that's a fucking skill in itself. So it's like, I want to be like him when I'm older. You know what I mean? Because I hope that that's what I would look like.
Yes.
Jimin, I think like, there's no way. You know, because I'm not into contemporary. I'm not into classical. And J-Hope, I don't really like breakdance, or I don't really like street style.
But it's crazy though, because if you pay attention to their dance backgrounds, and just using Jimin and J-Hope as an example, it's really hard to translate that contemporary background, that classical contemporary training into commercial dance. It's a very
Many
tough.
people struggle. Yeah.
A lot of people fail because it's a really difficult transition from one style to the other, and to maintain.
Is it easier to do it the other way around? You do commercial and then you translate into contemporary.
Still difficult. Still very, very, very hard, because they're both in their foundations. They're so completely different. Right. That a principle that stands for contemporary, it's a prohibited nature for hip hop, right. And is the same thing for the other way around. So what it's cool though is that in Jimin's case, he's able to translate that fluidity and continuity of movement from the contemporary dance background into also the commercial style, which is so nuts. Like it's so clear. Again, 7 different versions of the same choreo.
Yeah.
Incredibly well synchronized is insane.
Here we go.
Ooh,
Talk
yes,
about the level.
Sir. But you see, the fluidity of movement is so nicely effective. Oh.
This is just his home, bro.
It is. It is just.
Welcome to J-Hope world, bro.
Also, I feel like he's at the peak of his essence. Like he's really.
I agree. I think his solo did him really well.
Yeah, like he's really honed into that power.
That's why I'm fucking pumped for RM.
Indigo, bro. I cannot.
Because I have no idea what to expect, especially after that collaboration he did with what are their names? I forget.
Oh, Bombing Tiger.
Bombing Tiger. After that, I'm like, oh my god, what RM are we gonna get,
bro? The thing is, the visuals, the visual teasers that we're getting, they're actually quite soft-hearted. Kind of palette.
You imagine
the
comes
color
out
palette's
with a
quite
ballad
soft.
album.
Bro, I don't know. He can do it
sing,
all.
Though. Yeah, RM can sing,
and he's very like insightful. So
yeah, who knows?
Wow.
We'll see.
I mean, what the hell?
I hope we get Rap Monster at least in one track.
At least something.
Yeah. But I'll be happy with whatever.
In this particular case, you're seeing such. Again, the layer work with the dancers and the scarves, the hoodies, all so brilliantly done.
They're like adding different appendages.
They are. It's so clever.
See, like, look at Jungkook. Like, that's how I would want to look.
Also, this choreo is awesome because it just promotes motion so, like, naturally. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, and
Boss
Jin is
man.
very clean.
But
Very
that's
clean
what
and
he
efficient.
said.
I think as a singer, he kind of has to be efficient to try and always maintain quality of vocals.
Boom. Oh, crazy, crazy,
So
crazy,
cool.
crazy.
Who was clapping? Was it RM clapping at the lads?
No, it
Yeah, look,
was-
look. Or was it V?
I don't know.
Look at the end. Look at
I think it
far
might
left.
have been V. Yeah. Or Jungkook?
It was V. Look,
Oh,
look.
it's V.
He's like clapping. Yeah. Oh, he's doing like this. Nice.
Listen.
Levels,
Brilliant.
man. There's just levels to this thing.
Can I just put some B-roll and explain some things to
Yeah, go
you?
on.
Because this is actually quite clever. When you look at the idea of having this type of choreographies being done, I think the choreographer perspective. I'm telling you, this is just my opinion from just looking at it, a stripped down version. I feel like this was choreographed in several layers, so you get the base of the choreography being like the chorus of it, like the focus being BTS, and then the rest of the choreographer the focus was on the backup dancers, but that's monumental work.
You know who the 8th member of that choreo was? Jimin's belly button. In that dance practice. You see how many times I've seen his belly button?
And who's mad?
I can guarantee you no one's mad at that, bro. But it's
Who
just,
is
I've never seen him
mad
go
at
so
that?
hard where basically his top is fucking hanging on for his life. Because it is a long top as well.
Yeah, but he's just
But look at that shit.
Oh, it's because he has a hole. It's ripped. It's ripped on the sides. That's why.
Yeah. It turns out the
Also-
main character of his dance practice was Jimin's belly.
No,
It was a six-pack.
No, it was honestly. You want me to tell you who the main character was?
What?
Sugar. That was the main
The hair,
character.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm
Anyways.
telling you, I always like the way he always approaches this. As well, I think he's always had quite a unique approach to the idol life. And being so famous and always being somewhat, he always seems actually level-headed.
Yeah.
No drama, no nothing, never involved in nothing, bro. It's one admirable lad, and that's impossible.
Yeah.
You know?
No, but being in the spotlight that often.
BTS overall, they're really, I think that's how it should be done. I just also think they're freaks of nature. So we'll probably will never get anything else like this.
I don't think so.
But I am so intrigued in their solo projects
Me too.
because I think, like, look at J-Hope. He's done him so well.
It's like I feel
Genuinely,
like
it's like he's really just super
real,
aligned.
like aligned to this darkness that we didn't even know was there, and it's such a treat.
And
It's
he's
such a brilliantly done album.
He's maintained, obviously, his brightness and his bounciness, but it was so cool to see him explore something else. Maybe we'll see the opposite in RM, because he has explored the monster aspect of things. Maybe now he'll, I don't know, explore the beauty.
Yeah, and that's always welcome, y'all. Tell
Goodbye.
us what you think, and goodbye.